So, what's your name?
My name is Quenna Ngo.
And what's your position and how long have you been working at this library?
My position here is a library clerk full-time. I've been here since April of 2010, so 3 years in April.
So you were a page before you were a clerk, right?
I was a page for the first 6 months.
And then you were a part-time clerk for that?
Yeah, and then after that I became part-time clerk. Just about 5 months ago I started my full-time position.
Were you working at a different library, and if you have, where?
Yes, I also at the same time, before and during my part-time here, I worked for the city of Dallas, and I was a page there at Fretz Park, one of the branches.
And how can you compare the two libraries?
Richardson only has one branch, and Dallas has many different branches other than the one central one downtown. They're a lot larger too, which is why they can have so many branches. Richardson is a smaller city, so there's a difference there.
And what motivated you to apply for this job?
I needed a full-time job with benefits. They have better pay. Dallas wasn't treating me too well, so I left them for this position.
Can you describe a typical workday or a week?
Typical workday or week, I'll always be working with patrons and patron accounts. Anything to do with money on their accounts or checking in, checking out books, things like that.
And like new accounts and...
New accounts, yeah, basically anything with their accounts.
And I know that we've actually put fees, like account fees, if you live in a different place.
Yes, that even became more so. For example, with the city of Dallas, our policy is we charge patrons from that city however much their library system charges our patrons. So if Richardson wanted a Dallas library card, they would have to pay $250. And if a Dallas patron wanted to come to Richardson and use our facility, they can use it, but they can't check in, check out items, or have an account. And if they want that, they would have to pay $250. There's something a lot of people may not know. There's a free way around it. If you get a tech share card, that gives, for example, the Dallas patrons can get that from their local Dallas library, bring it here, we can make them an account called tech share, and they get a total of 3 items at a time and a limited amount of time on the computer.
So what are your busy days, or does it like depend on the hours, or like at 3 when the kids get out? Or?
Yeah, that's true. When kids get out of school, it gets a little bit busier, but I think our busiest time is during the weekends. Sunday is probably our busiest day because we're only open 4 hours. Everyone's off of work and they come here, get things done. We get a lot of programs too on Sunday. And summer is our busiest time of the year.
When did you guys hit 1 million checkouts last year? Was it June?
I don't remember. Okay. But yeah, that did happen.
So what are the biggest challenges that you've had to face in your job position?
This job doesn't have too many challenges. There's a lot of repetitive work, which I enjoy. I do. And then the most challenging aspect would be working with patron complaints if they don't like the way our system would be, policy rules, late fees, people don't like to pay money when they don't need to, things like that, working with unhappy customers.
What are the fees actually, if some patrons don't know?
For books, it'll be $0.25 a day. And, well, basically everything's $0.25 a day except for DVDs. DVDs are $1 a day.
And what are how long can they have them?
DVDs would be 1 week, and books would be 3 weeks. Books and other items. There's other items like the puppy and children's department. They can check out a stuffed animal. That's, I think, $1 a day and 1 week.
So what's like the worst experience and the best experience that you've had to encounter?
The best experience is working with the happy patrons, which we get mostly of. More than 90% of them are happy with the way we run things, and they're happy with the material that we have. You get new books, new DVDs that come in here, and people enjoy that. They just rent it. If they like it, they'll go buy it. If they don't, they just return it. They didn't lose anything unless you return it late. The worst experience would be unhappy patrons who, come in, get really mad and complain, or they just have a temper and they're always in here. That happens quite, and just one bad, patron can ruin your whole day.
I mean, I know for a fact that one patron brings like cheesecake or something like that, right? We
get a lot of regular patrons that come and bring us goodies. They show appreciation through that. Baked goods, treats. Around the holidays, we get quite an extent of baked goods. For example, today, one of our regulars, Debbie, brought oatmeal cookies. Yesterday, she brought oranges, but she's a regular. She comes in and brings nice treats.
I will make sure to get some.
Hey, it's for CERC department, not you.
I hope so.
I'm just kidding. You're more than welcome.
I know. So what are your day-to-day responsibilities on this job?
Day-to-day responsibilities. You come in, you get assigned, front work or back. In the back room, we check in a lot of books. We get a lot of phone calls for people who want to renew over the phone. You can do that. You can renew online, over the phone, or in person. And then in the front, you work face-to-face with patrons on their accounts, check out items mostly, and whatever arises, lost books, late fees, make an account, anything like that.
What would you say, like, the type of people that really thrive here, like your fellow coworkers? Are there any weak points? Are there some that are really, like, motivated to do a good job?
The type of people?
Yeah.
We get all kinds of people working here. Whatever your personality, introverted, extroverted, it doesn't matter. We have all kinds of departments for that too. Circulation department's a little more outgoing. We have a special group in the CERC department, yeah. And then there's like TP, which is technical processing, and they're a little more quiet. They're up and they don't have to work with patrons so much, and they're doing all the processing. And it's nice and quiet up there. And I think that would drive me crazy, is sitting in one spot and too much silence. So I enjoy working in the circulation department.
So you like it better than being a page?
Yes, I love being a page too, don't get me wrong, because you get to run around and it's a lot flexible. The hours, you get to kind of choose your schedule. If you're going to school, it's a really good job for when you're going to school because it's very flexible. Clerk position's not as flexible, but it works for me.
Do you get a lot of assistance and guidance from your fellow coworkers that you so enjoy to be with?
I had a lot of assistance from you when I first started working here. A lot of the pages were very nice. A lot of coworkers, they, show you the ropes here and there. If you have questions, you just ask. I'm not afraid of coming up and, where is this? How do you do this,
Yeah, but I was pretty bossy, I think.
Yeah, you're kind of bossy.
You have to get it.
That's okay. Probably runs in your family.
Yeah, probably.
No, you're good to work with.
For now. Let's see, I probably shouldn't ask, but what's the management style of your workplace? Like, how is your supervisor and how does
Just
he
in my department?
Yeah.
Daryl, he's a very good supervisor. I even told him I would never want his position. I even had a dream once that he quit. Yeah, he went on vacation and his position was open. And everyone in CERC did not want the position. Even in my dreams, nobody wants it.
Oh, wow.
The reason being, he ends up getting the blunt, patron complaints. If we can't calm them down, can't get it, convince them that, okay, we can't waive your fees, you gotta pay for it, either partial payment or in full, we'll pass it off to him. And then he handles it. And he handles things really well when it comes to that.
Are you guys gonna make, I know you have the book drop and it just flows to books.
We're gonna get the RFID system soon. That's in the works. But I'm hoping, and we're all hoping, we believe it's gonna be here soon. We don't have a date, but it's coming.
I also really hope that it comes soon. I'm actually excited.
Really?
No, for real, did you see those movies where it just
the
pushes
videos.
all of the books up?
See, the bins like that wasn't really amazing to me because I see that in Dallas. We don't have the RFID system, but we have bins that you drop them in, it goes down, and it kind of lifts up when you don't have anything in it.
A lot of libraries actually have the RFIDs already, and we're one of the ones that don't have it already.
Well, yeah, I think a lot of in the north. My sister she's a librarian, and she used to be in Seattle and worked there, and they had the RFID system. Pretty nice. I just can't wait to get rid of our old belt. We have a really, really old belt that runs, for the drop box.
Yes,
yeah. Very loud.
I don't know how you guys can answer the phone with that
doesn't
thing
always
in the
work.
back. Yeah, and it goes boom, 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 boom.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like,
someone can be like 5 feet away at the, and then it's running and you don't hear them.
you
Not
get
good.
a sledgehammer and it's like demolish it.
Mm-hmm. I'm ready for that to be gone.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so outside of this library, what do you do for fun, or what are you interested in?
Me, I just bought a house recently, so I'm back in the area. I grew up in Richardson, so I have 2 dogs, a pit named Cody, and Nemo, my beagle, and I live with a brother and a roommate, and basically outside of work I see friends and family, and I like playing pool, one of my favorite hobbies.
So where do you think this library will be in 10 years? And will you still be here, do you think? Or you might have moved on?
I don't know, because I don't think that far ahead. Well, I know that the library will still be here because we're very popular. This is a really good library in the area, and we get compliments all the time about this library. As much as some patrons complain, it doesn't, outnumber how many approvals we get about this library system. We had a patron today who complimented our library, and she's from Plano, and she likes Plano library system. They're not bad, but she was happy to get one here for free, an account, so that she could come here, and she thinks our library is a lot better than the Plano system. Not to brag, but that's what she said.
Okay, well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome.